Hey everybody, we're back. We are live on YouTube. This is going to be a Hangout this time. So it's available for people to come ahead and log in and jump in on the conversation live via Hangouts, whether you do video or just audio, but just opening it up so that we can just hang out. And we've got Jack.
How are you, mate? Hey,
How's
Tony. How are you,
It's
brother?
been too long, man. It's been
Long
too
time.
long.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a few things going on in personal life. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, a bit of sad news here and there. But yeah, you've got to plot on. And I see your channel is turning into a toy channel.
Oh yeah, we're having fun, man.
You're oh shit, my phone's going off. Hang on. I see my good old mate there, Steve. You actually got kind of the same sort of channel now, RC Tanks and Trucks.
Yeah, Steve, I've been chatting with him. Cool guy.
Yeah, he's doing a giveaway at the moment, I see.
Yeah.
I saw that Jeep, and actually he said the right thing. He said that it's a bit of a clone of one of the Wraiths.
Yeah, it's kind of a mixed clone. I don't know if you've seen Harley Design's page.
Yeah.
It's got the Wraith body, but it's running on like a twin hammer type chassis.
Yeah.
But
look, his channel's doing well. He's growing too. You know, he's
yeah, man.
He's getting a lot of freebies. I know that, but you know, reviewing some. I like that. You got the same one. I like that. What's it called? Bison.
Oh, that thing's awesome, man.
That's pretty cool.
That's not toy grade right there.
That was Well, I saw your video and I saw his.
Yeah. Well, when they asked me if I wanted to do a review, I was just like, well, you know, based on the people that, you know, are on my channel, it can't be the really toy stuff. Like what they wanted to send me was something that like a 4-year-old would play with. I said, I'm not a toy channel. I mean, that would fit under toys. That wouldn't even fit under hobby. But after I did that one, I actually asked for, because Christmas is coming, you know, and everybody's looking for something extra.
Yeah.
I've already bought the big things, and
yeah.
so that's why I asked for one of these. Like I specifically requested this little one because I've gotten these as gifts for people, and I wanted to see how it would run. I watched videos on it, and it looked super killer. So, it's still very hobby grade as far as parts are like crazy. You can fix these things right up if you break it. It's, you know, the quality is not as good as the Losi for sure in the manufacturing, the types of, you know. Well, I say that I look at the Losi here, and these arms look pretty flimsy to me. On this right here, they've got pretty thin plastic on them, where this has like pretty beefy plastic.
Yeah, one hit on the other one, and it'll be in pieces, I think.
I crashed it pretty hard on the cement.
Yeah,
it goes way faster than the Losi. And the Losi was expensive. I got that for my son for his birthday.
That other one that you've got, can you put that one up again?
Yeah.
The short course truck.
Oh,
the short course, the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that there. Now you did say, I think on the live stream about clones and this and that and whatever. We all know they come out of Shenzhen, whatever. We all know they come out of China.
Yeah.
Now that one there, that's a 116, right?
Now, this would be like the ECX Torment, is it? The Torment 1/18 scale size. It looks pretty similar to that.
Well, I know Hobby King make their brands. And they're all the same. They're just rebranded, you know, different bodies on them and blah blah blah. And
yeah, Hobby King's just paying for what's being made and just slapping a brand on it. Kind of like what our Hobby Town does here with the Bison. That is actually labeled here as a Hellion or Helion. And so they actually have different companies that they use, that they buy from, and then they rebrand or reskin them. So if we're calling those hobby grade, then that Bison is full on hobby grade to me. But I mean, I'm not trying to say that Hobby Town is wrong in doing what they're doing either. I mean, by the time they bring it here, they've got costs involved. They do put better motors and better things in it. There's better parts, so they price it higher, but it has name brand motors and all that in it. So I definitely think it's probably a step up from the Bison, and I wouldn't shy away from saying that. But the build of the body, I can go in and put any motor I want in that Bison. I don't have to keep it stock. But the chassis itself is pretty durable, and it has aluminum parts and shock towers and braces and all of that. So it's legit. But all of these, no matter who you get name brand, it's still kind of flimsy, no matter what 18 scale you get.
Yeah, but look, like you said I watched your reviews and unboxings and that. Like you say, it's come up to Christmas. Kids, they can get these things. If they're getting into the hobby, they can grab them. Yeah. As a gift or something, or someone wants to buy a Christmas present.
Yeah, it's way better than what you get for $70 from Walmart or most box stores. Those things can barely drive in the grass. So, yeah. Anyway, that's why I just thought it'd be, I wanted to get something for my kids to play with. It's 4-wheel drive. Thought I'd try it out. I always eyeball these. I love the small scale. I'm eyeing I actually want to buy the Pro Line little ambush, I think it's called.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I saw a video. What's his name? Is it 2KRC Backroads? I saw his video with the ECX. I think is it Barrage?
Barrage, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. But I mean, he got it cheap. But as you know, the Aussie dollars is rubbish here. Like it's 71 cents to the American dollar. And for me to buy that, and I really like it. For me to buy that, it's going to cost me like $329.
Yeah,
which is outrageous.
Josh from
I was talking to him before.
Well, actually, I'm not gonna say it. He was looking at something though. I won't say it in case his kids watch.
Yeah. Hey, Josh.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Josh. You're talking to a surfboard and Arnie.
You're muted, man.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
All right, let's try that.
Yeah, hey, Josh.
I almost gave away your secret.
I've had myself for like 9 years, and I've never used a webcam. No, the children are away, and yes, I did order.
Yeah, well, I didn't say what it was in case they happen to watch.
Yeah, no, they're
2 little toys.
Yes. Hey, that was a great YouTube thing earlier, Tony. I enjoyed that.
Oh, well, I just want to get on. It was funny because I actually got some emails. I didn't get your text messages that you sent me because I put my phone into do not disturb mode while I was doing it, since my phone was the camera, and I didn't want a phone call to come in and to kill it. And so I got your text messages later. But I went on to one of the videos I got in my email, and people were two comments nailing me about the toys. Stop doing toys. What happened to the other stuff you used to do? Which is all right. I understand where they're coming from. Some people are looking for I just want to say sometimes, like, have you been watching my channel? Have you seen how many toys I've already done? I've done the SEMA quadcopters, all of these Star Wars or toys.
You did a cat toy.
Quite a few toys.
You did a cat toy video.
I did a cat toy video. So
yeah, I think those are the guys. I think those are the same guys that take racing too seriously.
Yeah.
Track, and they're the big bad. Look at all the money I've spent and blah blah blah.
Yeah. It's all good. Everyone's at a different spot and a different level, and like I said, there's a lot of people out there that can speak to them.
Yeah.
So I'm just having fun. Like I said, that's what's great about the hobby: meeting people, having fun, playing with toys. I mean, that's all we're doing. So
essentially, yeah.
It costs $800, or it costs $60, or
you know what I like?
That's so cool for super cheap that you can't get anymore from Air Hogs.
Yeah, Rich has got a private stash.
Yeah.
And I know he's listening, or he might be listening, but he's too tired to be on yapping.
What were you saying, Jack?
Well, you know, in this hobby, you know, like especially with you, because I'm one of your first subscribers or whatever, and you know, to see channels grow like yours, and I told you a long time ago, you know, this is ages ago, and I told you your channel's going to grow, and it's good to see, you know. That's what it's all about. I mean, I'm only a small channel, you know. I've got my other channel, which is bigger, of course, and I wake up to 1 million notifications every day. I've got two huge Facebook groups, and it's hard to catch up with a lot of videos, this and that. As you know now yourself, because your channel's flying, you're going to wake up to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to catch up with subscriber videos and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try to get to as many people as I can. You know, I've got to juggle 2 channels at the same time, going back and forth. Even though I open 2 browsers, like I was talking to Josh before, so I had 2 browsers going, and I'm getting more notifications on the other channel.
Yeah, right.
But it's great to see, you know, and to see a small channel get like your channel, Tony, and Steve as well, because his channel's grown as well. I was on a channel a long time ago, and he had like 200 subs. Now he's at 30,000, another RC channel. So he's, you know, he's flying. You know, he does reviews, speed runs, unboxings, all that sort of stuff. And he got an advantage too. If you're good in front of a camera, you know, you're a step ahead. And that I'll give you. I'll compliment you on that, because you are good in front of a camera. I've always told you that anyway. Presentation and stuff like that. So it's fantastic to see, you know, some of these channels that you've been from day dot nearly and seeing them grow. It's great. And thanks for the shout outs, by the way.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, the RC Brotherhood what got me really plugged in into a community online.
Oh, Josh's group is up there. Don't you worry about that. He's him and Rich. You know, they got a good group going there, and
Yeah.
you know, mine slows down here and there. You know, people post whatever they want, and but no, they got good rules in that group, which I like. You know, it's a really good group, and I told Josh earlier on, he's got it's a good group going on, and that's what it's all about, meeting people, you know, like you, Josh, whoever. I've known Josh a while now, but that's what it's about. You know, I'm not going to get into what I went through, but as you all know, but you know, just I sent out what was it, during the week? I sent out, oh not last week, sorry, I sent out another couple of donations. So I do things behind the scenes to people. Now, I sent one out to my good old mate Pascal. And by the way, I know Outback Jack's been 5 months gone or lost or whatever in post, but something sneaky's going on. I'll just let you know, all right? Don't say nothing. Something sneaky's going on.
He's on an expert.
Pascal says the whole time.
So was someone else is on a mission at the moment. Don't worry about that. Not hard to work out, Tony.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you saw earlier. I posted on our Google Plus for the integrity that I added a link for like a swap shop. Ron Blessing was on the other night looking to figure out how to sell some things, and turns out that's all he needed to do was mention he was trying to sell something. He didn't want to go the eBay route, and so we figured we'd add that category and try it out. So
That's
we posted the regular strict rules. So like Tony, you
Yeah,
want to unload something?
I saw that
Post it up
post.
there.
I saw it.
Yeah,
Yep.
post it up there, and then people hit you on the side, and it might be an easier way to network.
I don't think anybody on that group would buy anything from me.
Oh, dude,
Have you seen what I've done to my cars?
I've seen everything you've done to your cars. I can't believe the air Nate got with that slash.
Wasn't that sick? He landed on the next ramp. Like there's a part where it goes down to hit that big jump to like you pump it with your legs, and he landed down there. My reaction was so real.
I've gotten the distance, but not that height. I mean, those rigs fly when you throw a lipo in them right off the box.
Yeah.
Oh, is his 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive?
4.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, and it's got that steering ABS type
Ability control.
Control, yeah.
Yeah, mine needs a good rebuild now.
Man, that parachuted too. It was like everything was perfect about what happened on that jump.
Yeah.
You know?
Take him out of the slow crawl fabricating world to the go fast and break hard.
Yeah. That's the first time I've really had a bash run with other people. You know, I usually go up on my own during my lunch break. So it was cool. We normally get together and scale during the weekend, but now that he's got a fast car, we were like, we had our crawlers out there. We ran them for 10 minutes, and then we said, how about we fly?
You ought to put wings on the side of that X-Max.
I was only going like a quarter throttle. I mean, I should just open it up and see if I can get that far.
I've seen goof videos with fast trucks like, you know, my Slash and his, where people have tried to put wings and a prop on the back just to see if they could get them to come off the ground, and it's never pretty. It's always funny, though.
CCxRC was trying.
Kevin Miller did that. He did that. It looked good. It looked good, though.
It did.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Actually, he got a lot of hits on that video.
He got a ton of hits on it.
He got heaps.
Yeah.
Now you got to get Nate to try to cross water with it, like the Traxxas promo video.
Yeah, I need to get some paddles.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they have paddles?
I think they had
paddles. Yeah.
You can get the slingshots, I think, for it, can't you, Tony?
I don't know. Dude, I was saying in the video earlier today about not liking to work on the cars too much once I break something. I have stock tires on everything. Everything.
You don't change them over, huh?
I don't change the motor. I've changed motors.
No, change the wheels over. You don't change them, huh?
Now, I bought some off of a local guy, Peter, some nice RC four-wheel drive mudslingers, I think. Or, no, Super Swampers. And I bought Proline beadlocks for it. I haven't opened the beadlocks yet. I've got the Angry Eyes for my Jeep. I haven't done it. I've had it for like 6 months. I've had the Angry Eyes. But I want to get a light kit before I put them in because I don't want to have to then take it apart and do it again. So I just ordered a light kit 3 days ago. So it comes tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get to that. But I broke the back in October when we went camping with a Facebook group of guys. I broke one of the
buckets.
Yeah, no, the housings around the tire. What are they? The I can't think of what it's called. Basically, the coupling that holds your tire to the A-arm, I snapped off.
Like the C-hub?
C-hub, that's it. The C-hubs, I snapped one. I bought a new C-hub, but I haven't put it on. So I've just been driving the SCX-10 too. Yeah,
when that breaks, then you'll move on to the next one. And when that breaks, you'll move on to the next one.
And eventually I'll have to fix them. I don't know what's going on with my RC-10. It's like slipping. It doesn't have full speed anymore. So I just take that apart.
The nut on the slipper clutch?
It might be. I haven't taken it apart to look. It's been sitting on the shelf.
I know, like that D90 behind you. That thing stays parked. That was probably the most in-depth I've seen you tune on something.
Yeah.
When you did that one.
Yeah. It was annoying for me.
But then you got through the Unimog build. You did good.
Yeah. It's been better if the team already together for me. But
I see it. I know there's pros and cons to both. I could sit here and tear apart my trail finder, rebuild it, tear it apart, rebuild it, and just enjoy doing it. But the Slash I bought ready to run, and I had a battery in that thing in 10 minutes. It wasn't even fully charged. I wanted to see it go.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to build a Slash. I've had to rebuild it once or twice, the rear end. I keep breaking the same gear.
Man, those differentials are a pain.
Yeah, it's harder to get them off the chassis. So what I did is I picked up a spare, just a whole spare rear end on eBay. And as I break one, I just flop the good one on, go back and forth. Because the parts are cheap enough. I ended up scoring on eBay a lot, like a parts lot. There was almost $500 or $600 worth of Traxxas parts in there for like $80.
Nice.
I've got a spare chassis. I've got A-arms. I've got shocks. I could build a whole nother one. So when I do my rebuild, it shouldn't be too bad. Mostly, I would say shocks and the body will probably be the most expensive thing I have to buy.
Hmm.
because that's just duct tape now.
Yeah.
It goes down the road flapping in the breeze.
Yeah, I like painting the bodies. I do like that. And, I don't mind swapping motors, changing gears. But yeah, the Losi 10, changing like the diff oils and stuff. Man, like the people that race and do it like every week, that is like,
Too much.
good on you. Good on you for being able to do that and keeping your truck awesome.
I've never. My Slash, the bearings have never been oiled. I'll tighten a screw down here and there that I see is backing off, but that thing's pretty much the way I bought it 2 years ago.
That's how the Gravedigger's been for me. Like I'll break something, so I'd break like the C carrier, the hub, and buy aluminum one and put that on, and the screws will back out of like the shock towers and all that, and I'll just screw them back in, super glue them, whatever.
That seems.
I bought a replacement, but I just keep patching it up, and it keeps running and getting abused.
That seems to be a common weak point with Traxxas is their shock towers.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters what vehicle. They all have that and the lower A-arm, the long slug that holds it to the chassis. They always back out.
Mm-hmm.
When we go down to the local hobby shop after 3 or 4 runs on that massive track, I have to tighten everything up.
Something about it moving up and down. It's like it backs the screw as it goes down.
Yeah.
And it eventually works out. I just keep a wrench with me, and I push that in, and then I do the shocks back into the shock tower.
Yep, I think I've got one aluminum shock cap on one side, and the rest are still plastic. I'm like you. If it breaks, I just need one.
Yeah.
Mate, I swear by. I mean, I've had my Slash now for 3 years, and I've bashed the hell out of it. I took it to a skate park once where the jumps were practically vertical in the end. Those concrete ramps. I got a video on it, and I just put it straight up in the air, and it just landed on its ass, and no damage whatsoever. Not even the shock caps come off. Nothing at all. So if anyone ever asks me what RC to buy, that's what I'll tell them. You can't go wrong with them. You can't go wrong with them.
Mm-mm.
No, even
everyone talks about the Summit's probably their best vehicle that they've brought out. Obviously.
Other than the X-Max, yeah.
Or the X-Max for you, yeah. But the Summit's pretty. I mean, if I want to buy a Summit here, people ask me, "Oh, Jack, why don't you buy a Summit?" I've always wanted a Summit, but they're $1,000 here.
Oh man.
Tower Hobbies. I can get them cheap out of Tower Hobbies, but by the time they ship it, it's going to be the same price because it's a big truck. It's practically a 1/8 scale, isn't it? Really. So to buy them here, and like I said to Josh, there's no point, buying stuff anymore from overseas. I think it was on one of your posts, Josh, in Team Integrity. There's no point buying stuff from overseas because I used to buy out of Tower a lot. I was buying a heap of RCs out of Tower, but our dollar was nearly the same as your dollar, so it was all right to buy from there. But now it's 71 cents. Forget it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's tough.
I looked at that Bison, Tony. I looked it up. And it's nearly $500. I don't know what you got.
Impressed with that.
It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't buy from hobby shops here because they're just as bad. They rip you off here. So that's why I looked at that post that Josh put up with the buy and sell, which was a great idea. I've had that in my group for a long time, but no one's really put anything up for sale or anything like that. I've got a category for that. But I've been buying off Facebook groups because you can get a bargain off there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're usually local.
Yeah. The one I'm in is a local one, and I bought the Fox off there, which I got really cheap, and it's nearly like brand new. That's a beast, that thing. You got to get your hands on one, Tony.
The Fox, is that the FPV?
That's the Kyosho Fox.
Oh.
That thing's a beast. That thing is a beast.
I love that. I saw you put your paddles on and you tore that beach up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they're not really. It's hard to say. They're not really paddles. They're pretty. It's solid rubber. The compound's pretty solid. Now I don't know what the slingshots or those other paddle tires are like, But
Yeah,
these ones don't stick up in the air. These don't stick up in the air. You know, they're kind of, you know, with the wheel sort of thing.
There's a big knobby tread.
Yeah. But and the sand that I was on at the beach, I was just at my local bay, and it's compacted. They grade that sand. I need to go where it's softer sand, and then it'll probably do rooster tails or whatever. But to bash that thing around, it's and it's got a lot of torque. It's heaps of torque on it. And I've always, I remember when Tommy was around, I used to camp Tommy nearly every day, and we'd always, when the Fox came out, that's what we wanted straight away. We wanted the Fox, and Tower had them back then when they came out, and I always wanted to get my hands on one, but like I said, the price is just too much. But I found a guy on the Facebook group, and he sent me pictures and everything, and he sent me 2 batteries with it as well.
Nice.
I had to put my own ESC and my own radio control and receiver in it, but who cares?
That tends to happen a lot. It seems like on those.
Yeah, the price I got it for, look, I had to Loctite a few of the screws here and there. The one guy told me, I think it was Shedlenko, because he's got one, and he told me what to do with it. What to Loctite, because it was coming loose on the chassis. But to bash it around, and I think someone made a comment on one of my videos saying it always seems to land on its wheels. So it's it's a beauty. And now I can see why. That's why I could see why I wanted one. I saw a few videos when they came out, and I thought, look at this thing. It's got a train drive in there as well.
Oh, that's right. That's chain driven, right?
Yeah, it's chain driven. Yeah, yes.
There's some maintenance, Tony.
Yeah.
There's some maintenance.
Don't break the chain, mate. I did see a couple of videos where the chain popped out. Storm did a bashing video with that. One of his mates was on the one of those hill climbs that they did, and I think the chain popped out or something. But there is mods you can do so no stones and they can get in there. Like some people are putting rounded off aluminium plates around where the chain is. So they put a bracket and they just bolt it on over the chain itself. So, but look, for a bashing truck, it's an absolute ripper for sure.
There we go.
But for the Slash, no worries at all. I'll tell anyone to buy a Slash any day of the week.
I feel that way about most Traxxas things.
You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with it.
Even the original Rustler I have is I can still beat it good. I don't know.
How old's that, Josh?
Oh gosh, when did the Rustler Ready to Run first come out? Early 2000s. I've got a video on my YouTube where it's bone stock with a brushed motor, and I put it up against a new Slash with a brushed motor, so they're pretty even. And one of my boys and I went to the backyard track, and we perfectly competitive.
So that's the one with the mechanical ESC, the XL1?
It was the first year without the mechanical.
Well, first year without. So that would have been 2000s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yep, and it was right about the time when I was sort of trying to get back into RC, but there wasn't really anything exciting happening.
Yep.
I tried that, thought it was pretty good, and then, life happens. You have kids and buy a house. And
you get busy.
That's right, you get busy. But I still have that hanging in the shed that it does quite well. I think it's still pretty stable. I'm not sure about the tires because they're so old, but it put a lipo in it. Man, that thing flies for its age with the original motor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's a brushless or brushed?
It's brushed.
Yeah, you were popping wheelies with it. I remember that.
Yeah, the one I was popping wheelies with, that was my brushless Slash.
Oh, okay. You're talking about
the Rustler I had, the old.
I saw the picture. You just posted one recently, didn't you?
Of the Rustler. I think I might have reposted an old video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on like a Throwback Thursday thing. I don't have the Facebook like you guys do, so I just use Google Plus.
Gotcha.
I'll repost them every now and then.
Oh, crud. There's a bunch of people on here. Huh. Let me post a link here, guys. Other people want to join in, and they don't have the link. Sorry, it's on the link was on my
Google Plus, isn't it?
Google Plus page, but I'll grab it. I've been trying while we've been sitting here talking to find out how to see the live video, because to be able to get a
To see your video, you mean?
to see these comments, yeah, and because they don't put them in this interface. There's like a group chat for the people in here, which is stupid. They should be posting the ones from YouTube in this chat window inside of this Hangout, which is really annoying. You've got to have two windows open.
Oh yeah, I can see.
That's a YouTube issue. But let me grab. I just found it on YouTube, but going to my channel, I couldn't find it just in my regular feed, and I just found the link here. So let me grab from my Google Plus page.
So this Hangout is live on YouTube as well at the same time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you can do that.
Well, that's the only way you can do it now. The only way I can do a Hangout is through. I have to do it through YouTube.
So they've changed it.
Yep, they've changed a lot.
Yeah, the last big update they did to Google Plus really messed me up, and then I know you expressed your displeasure with this update.
Well, because my account wasn't set up under an email address, it was set up under like a brand under that email, because you're supposed to not use a name, whatever. Anyway, that was their rules, and then they took all the capabilities that they give to a regular user away from the brands, and it's like, well, how are we supposed to communicate?
That helped nobody.
So yeah, the only way I can use a Google Hangouts at all, I can't even like do a call or have a chat with people on regular Google Hangouts, because it uses a different account, and I don't have any of those names in that account. They're all under the brand.
So if I want to have a Hangout with you, just you, I can't do it.
You have to have my personal information. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
it's a bunch of millennials making decisions they think are good for everybody.
I noticed too that YouTube have got a pin button and a love button. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What?
They have
You
now.
can pin a comment. You can pin a comment, a highlighted comment that stays at the top, and there's a love button for a comment.
Yeah, I just noticed that tonight myself.
But it's only for the people. It's only for
the person that owns the video.
that owns the video.
Yes.
So you can love people's comments, but you can't love the video. Or it's weird.
Yeah.
Facebook is about to dominate them. Now
It got my attention because I got a message saying that God, Xavier loved one of my comments. I'm like, what is this?
Yes, yeah, I got that too. Yeah.
That's what made me look.
Yeah.
Xavier did?
Yeah, that's what brought it to my attention.
Yeah, they're trying to do like Facebook. That's what they're trying to do.
Check 1, check 2, check 3. I see a Bar Harbor Basher. Link is coming, guys. Sorry about that. In the comments now.
So if I go to, where am I? If I go to YouTube.
So it's a good thing I'm a grandfathered unlimited data user, because I beat the hell out of that in BJ's tonight shopping, watching your other thing.
I know, right, man? I've got unlimited international data on my phone, so I can be in Kenya in the middle of nowhere, streaming videos off Netflix.
Nice.
Crushing. AT&T has got to hate me, but
I get when I reach 16, 18 gig, they tell me that you have unlimited data, but you might notice some slowing down until your next billing cycle. I've never noticed it.
Yeah, so even on my phone now, I'm seeing people were trying to call me to join into Hangouts.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't even know where that came from, because I normally cannot do Hangouts through this account. They have to somehow find the secondary one. Remember when I made that second CCxRC with a Gmail account?
Yeah.
And so that must have been what pulled up.
That's how we
got really confusing.
That's how we have 92 members on Team Integrity. You're on there twice.
Am I? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's on mine twice too.
All right, leave it. You don't want to delete the wrong one.
Yeah. I have to go in and do it, but unless I get banned for something. Guys, again, if you want to join in, I did post the links. They're in the comments on the side. You can also go to the. I don't know if I put it on my public page. I know I put it into the 2 groups. But anybody got any cool RC stuff coming up here soon? Josh, what are you working on? I know you've got your two TF2s.
Yeah.
One.
I've got that SCX10 roller I bought.
Oh, that's right.
On eBay, and I got right behind me here. I got the radio set up for it, and I got the tires in. I've got everything I think I need except a pinion gear. I completely overlooked that.
Just come to YouTube. There's lots of opinions there.
Yeah, right. But I'm hoping I'm hoping to do that over this
winter. On.
Everything.
I made it on somehow. I don't know how, but I made it.
There he is.
None of us know how this works, man. It's all the magicry of the interwebs.
Right.
I had to go through a tablet, an iPhone, and then end up going to a
payphone.
On.
Okay. Very cool, man. Welcome to the discussion. The other one was weird. Like, I was rushing. It's partly what it was, but plus I wanted to make sure that I had time to talk about the whole car thing. So I just decided to do it that way. But these are a whole lot more fun to be able to talk to people. So where
I've had an idea I've been wanting to toss around at people, and this is kind of a perfect time for that.
All right.
Servos to imitate basically on a, so when you get high centered or stuck on your axle, you can how you need it, you know, or both vice versa. Putting
plates on the bottom of the car that are servo operated. So like if you're stuck on a tree log or something, you just kind of prop yourself up, or push yourself forward. A little bit of lift
you need to get up.
I'm having a hard time with this connection over here.
I think
I get the gist of it, like almost like a piston on the bottom of an Indy car. So if you get high centered, you trigger it and it pushes you off like a what do they call that? A high lift jack.
No, I seen there's a guy on there who does hydraulics on his drifter cars, and he takes 2 servos, puts them butt to butt, and then runs the control arm out off the servo to the shock mount, to the top of the shock. Then you can adjust the height of the shock with the servo.
Oh, while you're rolling on the fly, you can change your shock.
Yeah, so you got one on each tire, and then you just hit the third switch, and it jacks you up an inch or jacks you down an inch.
I don't have that much money for servos, man. I would be tearing those things up the way I drive. Even my scale trucks roll pretty hard on the tops.
Hold on a minute. Let me get something.
That's a pretty clever idea, though, especially on a drift car or a speed car. If you need to get a little more ground clearance, that's what I hate about this thing. I'm actually going to list this on our Facebook pages here locally to trade it, because there's just no clearance, even though I've got them shocks all the way up right now.
It's too low.
That's where you got to cut away at the frame at the bottom so the A-arms can have more clearance.
Yeah. So it's just no fun. I mean, I would love to just be able to ride this on a road or something, but I mean, you hit the smallest pebble and, you know, this thing's flipping.
I saw it.
But some guys love it. They go out with a leaf blower and they clear it all out and broom it and sweep it and try and go 100 miles an hour. I just want to go like 50 and just tear up the streets in front of my house, but they're too bumpy.
So that Losi desert truck you got?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on my niece's. I think you might have seen the picture. She's got a Raminator.
Yeah.
A monster truck that size. I tried doing the servo rebuild kit and broke the gears installing them. That's how fragile they are. It took me forever. Look at the size of this servo. There's so little.
Yeah.
I found replacement.
Like $10 though, right?
I think these were like $6 each. I had to get 2 of them because in the Raminator there's a servo for each wheel. It's a really weird setup, but that's something else I'm working on too. Is trying to fix her little rig up.
And you sorry, I was off. Can you show me those again, Josh? Sorry, I was on another page.
A little. Now there's the servo.
Yeah.
Here's a water bottle cap.
What are they? 2 gram servos?
Yeah, they're itty bitty. It's just a taser servo.
Pretty small.
Just rebuilt 4 of those so I could kind of do like an ideal test with my SCX-10, and it blew the first time I dropped it on the ground, it blew the gears out of the little 9 gram servos. So I'm definitely going to have to use the magnet ones, right? The sensor.
The original ones of these are weird. There's a half gear in there, so it only lets each servo go halfway.
So and far, yeah.
If I put them together wrong, they'd go in opposite directions, and I'd probably have a train wreck. But finding parts for those older Losi trucks is getting harder and harder.
Online is the best place to find them.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing, just hours and hours.
Not doing nothing.
Hours and hours.
Yeah, I bought these Losis. I got from Ultimate RC. On there, they had them, and they're pretty tiny. There's several things I don't like a whole lot about this setup. I don't like this sitting on top of the battery because it limits the capacity battery I can put in here.
Yes.
To pop this up, which it doesn't even pop up very far to get it in and out.
Nope.
But then to work on anything is so tight. It looks like I need to boost my brightness a little bit here.
Can you go with that panel?
To the servo, like you said. So, and so I had to buy another one. I mean, and they're tiny like yours. I don't have anything here to compare it to. Yeah, you know. So they're a tiny little servo in there.
Yep.
And I bought a high-tech one that didn't fit. And then, anyway, I ended up buying this one new.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of 2 of them, and I couldn't piece it together because they changed the ESC receiver combos, and none of them were working right, and then the cables weren't right to go to a new one. And I was just like, you know what, his birthday is like 2 days. I don't have time to deal with this. And you know, I paid a little bit for them. I think it was like $30 for the lot of 2 on Ultimate RC.
Yep.
One was a parts truck, and they just sent me all these extra parts, and thought, you know, batteries and all that. And so I figured, you know what, now I've got parts trucks. I ended up getting it running. It took me 2 weeks to get it going because I had to order a new servo and figure out the ESC. I ended up finding one in the bag that did work with some of the other cables and setup that they had in there. And it actually runs faster than this one, and this one's brand new. So,
wow.
And that's my younger son's. And so he didn't get it for his birthday. He just got it.
Right.
Faster. You know, I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I ended up, when I was exploring getting back into the hobby, before I fell in love with the Slash, I found this place on eBay that sold those Losi trucks in like a parts lot. You know, here's 3 of them. One's got a bad wheel, one's got a bad ESC, and one's got a bad radio. You figure out what's what.
Yeah.
So for $50, you get 3 trucks and might have to put 40 into it.
Yeah. Hey, we got a couple new. We got at least one more person here. Who do we got in here?
I see 2.
RC Dabbler.
Yeah, it's John, RC Dabbler.
Hey, John.
How you going, John?
How's it going?
Good, good. I see something orange up on the shelf behind you. Is that orange? Is that the Dakar?
Oh.
That is the the Gordini edition.
Yes.
Oh.
I love
They
those.
got a busted wheel already.
Yeah, it ripped out of the.
What's that?
Oh, he's got a bunch of tracks that's up there.
Yes, sir.
Did you tear it right out?
What's that?
Did you rip it right through the rim?
it's because of this. It's because of this setup right here. It's a brushless outrunner.
Oh, too much.
You put a plane motor in it.
Oh my God.
I almost
Put a
did
plane
this
motor.
crawler. I got a 3800 outrunner. I thought about doing it, but
Where were you a half hour ago? We were talking about putting wings on a Traxxas.
And I ran it with a 4S LiPo. I mean, it's not super fast. I had to do some modification to the. What I did is I took an older gearbox off of the original, the Son of. Actually, if you remember, I had made a comment about I had the Son of a Digger truck. That was my first 1/10 scale Traxxas.
I remember.
And well, I took the original black.
I wanted to buy it from you.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if you still had it.
Exactly. I had taken I had upgraded the gearbox to a hot racing aluminum gearbox, and so I kept the black one, the black one that came with it, and I figured someday I might use it for something. So, sure enough, I thought about, hey, I've got this spare gearbox. I'll take it, this outrunner in it, because I had to do some modification to get this humongous 30. I think it's a 30-tooth, 48-pitch pinion.
Oh my God.
So I could get some speed out of this motor, because it's a 1250 kV. So in order to get some speed out of it, you got to put a large pinion on it. And I ran 4S LiPo. So I think I didn't do a GPS or anything to get speed, but it was probably doing like 40 miles an hour. But man, that thing would cook. And it sounds like a jet when it takes off. It's like, it's fun.
What ASC did you put with it, John?
What's that?
What ASC did you put with it for that motor?
Which what?
What ESC did you put with that motor?
Oh, ESC. Okay, gotcha. Nah, it's kind of hard to show. It's the Hobby King 100 amp car ESC.
That's the car one. Okay.
So if you go on if you go look at their car ESCs, a lot of them are made to handle high pole count motors.
Yep.
Like it'll actually say like was it 4 pole, 6 pole, 8 pole, or 12 pole, or something like that. So you can actually, they actually control those outrunners pretty well. It does a pretty good job.
And when you guys start talking KVs, I get lost. I just put it in and go. There's so much with those motors.
Dude, I just know that the higher the KV, the faster this motor spins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lower the KV, the more chances for me to run into a pole.
Yeah.
If there's 8 poles, I'm going to hit 2 of them.
Hang on a minute. What about the tree? You hit the tree. I saw it.
What's that rally car you got underneath it?
That's what I was
That's that is my rally. It's a custom. I don't know if you want to call it custom, but I built it using Slash Platinum LCG chassis. And
did you ever see the races they do with those in the woods?
No.
It's crazy. Look one up on YouTube. The people have to run behind their cars.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I don't know if you can see that.
I think didn't they use quads in that as well, though, Josh?
The one I saw was just people with cell phone cameras filming the people running behind their cars to get through the course as fast as they could.
Awesome. Yeah. That one was awesome.
Yeah.
Who was it just posted one, a really cool rally video? Who was it?
That seems like that seems like something to be good for FPV, like the drone racing.
Yeah.
Rally.
Yeah.
There's just too many classes at some point, you know.
Oh, so many.
You gotta be in the right area for.
I just want to ask John a quick question. John, that other, the one you got with the orange one up there, what model's that?
Oh,
Desert.
that's slash 2-wheel drive LCG chassis.
Yep. And the body, where'd you get the body from?
I got it off of I think I got the body just off of eBay or something like
It's a Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon body.
Robbie Gordon.
Is it a newer one? Is it?
It is newer. Yeah, it's not the older one's the square. It was more square looking. It had the real square top on it.
I've got the Dakar. I've got the old one, but I want to know what
this new one is really slick.
Yeah, I like it.
It's got that slope back to it.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I really like it, and it worked out really well to put just a couple of LEDs on the front and.
Yeah. Has it got a different name so I can look it up on eBay?
Gordini. Just look up Gordini. Yeah, track /Gordini.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right, so the video I was thinking of was Remote Addicted, and it was the Kyosho phaser. I'm posting it in the comments.
Oh yeah, that's Charlie's channel.
Yeah, that was an awesome video. That was a perfect little trail for that to look like a rally car flying through the trails.
He's got some good slow. I think he uses his phone for the slow motion. It's really he's got some really smooth slow motion in his video.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the iPhones have insane slow motion.
Yeah.
iPhones.
Is that the video where
1080?
Is that the video where he's actually kind of running along with it?
No, these are like on sticks. It's on tripod. It's all like beautiful shot. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Just tearing over the leads and sliding through cool.
Yeah. Okay, I just went on eBay, and those body shells that John's got, that Gordini, all right, if I wanted to buy it here, just want to tell you the difference. It's going to be cheaper for you guys. It's going to cost me all up $110. $110 to get that body shell that you just showed me.
You gotta get used. Who will buy that truck that doesn't want the body?
The Gordini. You get that Gordini you just showed me. For me to buy that body shell, it's going to cost me 110 or something.
Is that Canadian or?
No, it's Australian. I don't sound Canadian.
Oh man.
I don't sound Canadian, do I?
We got Bar Harbor Basher's in here. We haven't said hello to him. It's a break. It's a good break. How's it going, man? That's a whole heck of a lot of tires up there.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, and I appreciate the work that you've been putting in. I'm starting to catch up on your channel. I've been surfing through a lot of the guys out there, and combing their content and appreciating their work. And it looks like there's a couple other guys on here that I've never heard of. So
yeah, I actually commented on one of your videos. When was it? I saw you somewhere. I think it was on the Tanks Hangout. You were on the Tanks Hangout, and I actually commented on one. I actually commented on one of your builds that you're doing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the beast mode looks sick.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got a comment on one of your videos there anyway.
Looks heavy.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
You break a leg with that, Tony. Never mind it.
I did run into my kid with my Losi 10.
Oh.
Clocked him right in the head. Took him. He was like this. He comes running across. Boom! Flipped him right up, the feet straight, and slammed down. I thought I killed him.
Yeah, you've seen some of Steve's videos though, Tony. He doesn't muck about around his kids, mate. He flies right past his kids.
Yeah.
On that skate pole thing, he gets those cars pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, I took him out pretty good.
I want to see.
With that beast, he would have been dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, almost 4 3/4 underneath the bottom of it, and around the same with that.
That's it, man.
A Yeti XL that I cut the tubs in half and converted them into a fully independent front and rear with a full-way steer. And the whole idea behind this build is I noticed a lot of guys have, 10, 15 different RCs, and I just got back into RCs, and I after driving this and turning the regular Yeti XL into a crawler, I was pretty convinced that it was a multi-purpose vehicle, and so that's what drew me to start creating one. And my idea is it's got a T8 censored motor with a 2-speed transmission, and with the censored motor and the 2-speed, I'm able to change the variations of the pinions, a lot. And so this is in crawl mode. This is the back of it.
Wow.
That's
Somebody's both.
That's insane, man.
Wait, hold it still for a second there.
Yeah, that's.
Wow.
It's like a freaking mini quad.
It is.
So that's good, man.
That's the bottom. I did all the work myself, all the aluminum and stuff, and it's basically an external skeleton from the top and bottom. I have an aluminum bar assembly that goes across the inside of the tub that this is tapped into, as well as down below. And then there's another bar that joins these two tubs together, and it's tapped in a series of 6 bolts across here, and also inside.
So if I were to borrow that and bash it, and I broke it, extra parts for it.
Man, I'm a basher.
You're not breaking that, bro. You're not breaking that.
You're putting holes in the ground with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire off from how much power it has.
That's
Tony will be needing
It's,
a new driveway.
the tires are almost 8 1/4 inches. Well, they are 8 1/4.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're pretty massive. So yeah, this is beast mode, and I came up with a front assembly where this is clipped on, and the back I used spare hexes that I had to lock it down. I used the wheel hubs to lock it down, and those are going to be painted like fuel filler caps, so it sort of blends in with the rest of it. This is an onboard audio Traxxas assembly that I installed into the radiator system to give it a scale look, but still have the cool radical sound to it. And I threw this wing on as well. This is for when I'm doing speed runs, and it comes off with these couple screws, and then I made an aluminum protector that's also the wing adjustment, so it protects the outside corners of the plastic and stuff.
I thought you were going to say it doubles as a plane. Just put this wing on here for good measure. You can fly it.
Now you're in Maine, I assume, right?
I am.
Yeah, Vic, I just got back from up there. Love Maine. That's missing one thing if you're in Maine.
A bumper stick or a multicolored fender?
No, a plow.
I know. That's for this build.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Nice.
That one will clear the way for the big rig.
Yeah, man.
So you've got a tape measure. How much does it weigh? Have you weighed it on scale?
I haven't weighed it. I'm guessing about 18 pounds. I actually wish I had a fish scale, but I'll show you something real quick. Check this out. This is 100% axle 1/5 scale, which is 21.5 to the outside.
What?
And this is an uphill formula racing machine. And basically all I do is change the suspension, and it becomes a Bomber XL after I throw a different cab on it, which will be...
I saw your Bomber XL you were working on. You had the picture of the original box.
Yeah.
Looks like a hill climber, a sand drag.
I'll show you guys this tub that I made for it. And it's going to be the basic platform for 2 different vehicles I'm going to make. I'm making the Bomber XL, which will only be on 1/8 shocks, and then I have 1/5 scale shocks that really lifts it up, and it's going to have 4-way steer, Vanquish front and rear, and I also got one of these. I don't know if you guys have seen one of these before, but that's a 2028 motor.
What?
That's a 2200 Castle Creation, and that's a 2028.
Good God.
This is a 16 horsepower, 15,000 watt, 400 constant amp bad boy.
Wow.
That thing is ridiculous. Look at the power, boys.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Good
So-
God, that'll push snow.
No, wait. Go back and show that. Hold that for a second. We gotta like hold it still over the two motors side by side. What is it? A Castle?
It's a Castle 2028.
2020.
There's some black pieces on that one.
Looks like
That's
a
power and more power.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 16 horsepower.
We call this
And,
the Castle Bush Bean Edition. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, man, you got it. I know it is. It's ridiculous. My unboxing was off the hook because, you know, this right here, this little motor has blown my brains because it's got a lot of power. But when this thing came in the mail, I was like, "You're kidding me!" I think this is how. Yeah, no, it's crazy, ridiculous. This is going to be the power plant for the SMT5 that I'm building, and I'm only going to be running on like, and
So the way I'm seeing your builds going right now is you would take this right here and you would put that Castle motor in it, the smaller one.
It would blow up.
Those things, man.
if I got some 4043 steel, I might try it.
Isaac?
Wow.
It's all on how it's made.
Looking at those,
That is
looking at
awesome,
those,
man.
looking at those
This
two
is
motors.
the bottom little glow light that I put in here, and this is the onboard audio connection, and this is also for the rear brake lights and front headlights that I put in here. This is that little clip that I made out of a crutch that was laying around, and it locks right into.
So somebody's hobbling around right now.
He took it while they were sleeping.
Yeah. I did.
They can't
This
chase
is
you.
hard.
You're good.
Yeah, I ran over him with my 2028.
That's how he got the
You put
crutches.
them on crutches, didn't you?
That's how I got.
Put him on crutches.
That's how I bought it. Too. This is the bar that it locks onto. So unlike the Traxxas X-Max, the harder it gets hit, the more it's going to be locked on and not pop off. So that was something for me to think about, you know. And these are the
body won't pop
that
off? Are you saying the body won't pop off?
Yeah, because the way that I made the clip locks into it, so a head-on collision is only going to lock it in tighter. You know,
I had mine
it makes
flying
sense.
off of my X-Max a lot recently.
That's because the clip is going front ways, not hooking back ways.
And because the
That's-
body's like 99% cracked all around.
right. That's it.
I'm just
A little bit of
On this build,
a lot of 200-mile-an-hour tape.
That's what I need.
on this build, I set up my batteries so they're just powering just the motor. Back here is the servo power, and this is also for the fans. I built a Castle.
And you do all this
Castle
you said with a Dremel, right? And that's correct. You do all of your metal work just using a Dremel tool.
That is correct, 100%. I've worked with hand tools my whole life, so that just gives me the upper advantage of making things the way I want them.
A lot of detail work can be done with a Dremel too.
Oh, absolutely. It's on how well you can operate a tool.
Yep.
I brought my these wheels. These wheels were actually 12 millimeter, and I cut them out in the back for a 17 millimeter hex, and I only cut one out. And then my buddy that owns a CNC, I met up with him, and he offered to do the rest of the wheels. And he looked at the one that I did, and he was blown right away. And he's a machinist. And he's like, "There's no way I could have done that with a Dremel." I was like, "Well, you work with tools your whole life." I was given shit tools and was expected to build a piano with them. And after a while, I was able to. And then I worked at a boatyard where I had the nicest tools in the world. So, having such a strong foundation of being able to use my hands and then getting the opportunities of using, top of the line tools, it's fun for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know
So-
if you could maybe bolt up some 13-inch Honda Civic wheels to that when you're done.
Probably.
Hey, almost. Yes, I
The ground
actually.
clearance wouldn't change.
No.
What's that?
I said it probably wouldn't change your ground clearance at all.
I probably wouldn't. No. Yeah, and that is ideally for crawling. You know,
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of the multi-purpose behind it.
Now, do you have anybody else with a rig like that you can crawl with, or are you going to be that guy that just outdoes everybody when he gets out?
That guy.
I guess I'm just that
Hey,
guy.
don't worry, there's plenty
Actually-
of that, guys. I got one buddy who runs around with a red cat 1/5 scale and thinks he's badass.
What was that?
Right? Yeah,
I did-
No, I guess I don't have anybody really around other than a buddy that owns an X-Max. And so I guess that's sort of what pushed me on a little bit.
Yeah. That'll be fun to see the two of them together.
Yeah, it would.
I'll be right back. You
Yeah.
guys keep chatting.
I know I did one competition with my trail finder, and I was lumped in with a group with the one they called that guy.
Oh, that's not nice.
And it was great to have him, though, because he had to pull everybody out of something.
Right? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been out of RCs for quite a few years, and the Yeti XL was the first RC for me to get back into. And after I bought it, I was having a lot of issues with it, and I ended up solving all the issues because I was too far into it to just, say, the hell with it, I'm going to lose, $800.
Right.
So I started fixing the problems, and then after I was, I solved a lot of the obsolescence. It's an amazing vehicle. I've had a lot of fun with it, it's hard for me to go back down at this point,
Isn't it amazing if you're out of the hobby for quite a few years, you come back and it's totally different? I mean, there's so much technology in this now.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see back when I was a kid. This is the shit that I dreamt about. Having 6 horsepower in a car that weighs 13 pounds.
Where's the mowing deck going to go on that?
Yeah, right. Well, I actually pulled my daughter around throughout Acadia National Park all summer, and I built a wagon for her, and I can pull her for I think 5.5 miles before a battery change.
Oh man,
which is cool,
Yeah.
And I had a blast with her, and it's been a real blessing actually. I've really enjoyed getting back into the hobby, and this is when I was younger, I was into it, but things broke, and then they just got thrown away and never saw again. And
yeah, batteries lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, and plus I didn't understand that forward and reverse was bad on the transmission.
Yeah, right.
Look at these reverse wheelies. This is awesome. But yeah, and then I got into wheelers and racing quads and chasing girls. So the hobby just drifted away. And then nitro cars came out when I was in my 20s. They came out pretty hard. And I went and had high hopes for them, watched my buddies screw with them the whole time, and never really found – I wanted one, but it just didn't seem like they're worth it,
Yeah, so, my brother had one for 5 minutes, and it was too much work.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like tinkering on stuff, and I like – Yeah, I don't know. I know how to work on motors and do port and blueprinting and all kinds of cool stuff, I mean, that's been my life. That's what's helped me along in this hobby, I've had so much one-to-one knowledge, That's all I've ever done is, worked on vehicles, built vehicles for myself, my friends, and, studied geometry of suspension travels and, read all kinds of stuff. I used to do underwater welding. I've always been a hobbyist. Never been one. Whoops. You're down.
Man down.
Yeah, man down. Yeah, this is the hex that I trimmed out. The Dremel. Pretty silly.
Nice.
Yeah. Getting ready to.
What's poor man wrenching on?
Oh, yeah, so
I'm trying to set up a upper steering servo 4-man style because I can't go and buy the little aluminum kit that you put in there. So myself, I know it like yanks the steering or yanks the It yanks the axle over to the left when you don't have that little scissor action. It'll actually push the steering to the right or to the left. You are processing everyone.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I said you're presenting to everybody since you're talking, so make sure you stay on the screen.
Oh, that means everybody's looking at me?
Yeah.
What's up?
That way when I drop my phone like I did, I don't pop up.
Well, I didn't press anything.
No, I did it.
So I basically just made my own mount with the it's in the front of the that bar was originally right here, right across the front.
And what is that? No, no.
Attached to this
chassis?
here.
The chassis.
Yeah, what kind of
It
car?
was originally right here.
What kind of
holes.
What is the chassis? Is that an SCX10? Is it a?
Yeah, just a stock SCX10.
So it's like a servo plate?
I'm hoping I can get away with this.
Yeah, I just picked up my first SCX10 as a roller, so I know nothing about it. I got to start goofing with it.
It's so much fun.
Simple compared to your RC four-wheel drive stuff, man.
Oh man, you know what? Those things are so expensive, and they need so much work right out the gate. But I love every minute of it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A lot of cost.
I've got a, here, let me show you an unfinished project if you don't mind.
Sure.
Ooh.
Nice.
Want.
Formula uphill.
Is that the Galande or whatever?
Yeah, it's the go into D90.
Expensive.
So I see you're painting.
Yep.
It's the white. The top is paint covered in tape. It's white on the roof. And I don't even know if I'm gonna finish it. I'm tempted to actually just sell it as is, because I wanted to. The reason I bought it is because I wanted to get. I watched the videos of it, and I knew I wanted to get one because the videos were fun to watch, and they looked so scale, right? And so I bought it last year. Started working on it this past summer, and actually no, I started on it in 2015, and then I let it sit all winter, and I tried to pick it back up this past summer. I just I don't know. I guess I kind of lost interest in the modeling part of it. That was something I never got into growing up, was modeling, like model cars, because the body is all model. You have to glue. There's like the body kit itself is like its own kit. It has like some 100-something parts, I think, and it's all about painting all the seats and all the interior and gluing it all together and all that stuff. And I'm more into the chassis, into the performance side. So the chassis went together pretty quick. I had that done within a matter of like a couple of weeks. And but then when I got to the body, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And I kept putting it off, and finally got around to sanding it down and doing all that jazz. And
oh yeah, the wet sanding and the
yeah,
look
exactly.
I don't know if you can see this. That's my trail finder, and hours of wet sanding, and not happy with this line and not happy with that line. And first time I rolled it over, I almost cried.
Tony, put that up. Let me see it, please. Share it on the screen. Put it back up, Josh.
I'm holding my phone up because that's the only one I have on me right.
That's all.
But that's blue.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
But yeah, I know the work you're putting into that body. I just flashed to the garage when I was doing this body, going just coat after coat, and a little wet sand here, a little wet sand there. And then what I found was the Tamiya Pearl Metallic over hides a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Metallic. And it came out pretty good. But yeah, if you keep tinkering with that, it'll look good. But I can see where you lose your patience if you're not into that side of it, for sure.
Yeah.
Probably should have started with the body.
I'm subscribed to a guy in like India, and he does each one of his builds, he builds, they made, you know, of that certain truck. He makes the windshield or the window roll down and everything to scale.
I think I know what truck. I think I know who you're talking about. He does the whole hood open, the belts move.
Yeah, the little wire that holds the hood up, everything.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he does the hinges and everything to it. I've done one of them. So I've done that part of it, the body and the painting. But yeah, it's all beat up already. Because like I said, I run.
Nice.
So I didn't actually sand mine.
That's a top-heavy truck, though. Right? It's top-heavy, even without the rack.
Oh, I know. So I wanted the scale look. So I went and added the rack.
Oh, yeah. You don't have enough on the roof of that. You need lights. You need sleeping bags. Yeah. You need wood. You need...
But it already falls off enough as it is. So
Josh wants to
actually added lights and everything to it as well. So that the light buckets would all work. And then my kid, so they don't actually work right now.
Well, the good news is if you sell that rig that's up on the rack behind you, they make a mini one now. It's already painted.
Yeah. Yeah, the 1/18 scale.
I don't think it's worth $200 though.
Nah.
A guy gets on eBay and just buys a new bright body that's already done.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, that's the thing. See, I've got they're all in the attic, but I've got a collection of hard bodies from toy RCs that I found at thrift shops. And so I would find them for like $6 at a thrift shop. You know, buy the whole thing, bring it home, take off the, you know, take the body off, throw the chassis away because it's just cheap junk. But the body was pretty nice. So I've got like 5 or 6, probably a little more than that up in the attic. And most of them, though, the problem is that the wheelbase is really short. So the majority of them are like 10-inch. I've got a couple that are 10 3/4. I think that's about. I've got one that's like 8.5-inch, I think, or 9-inch wheelbase or something. So I bought a RC 4-wheel drive TF2 short wheelbase chassis kit earlier this year, and I was going to use it for at least 3 or 4 of the bodies that are like right around 10-inch. I don't have to, you know, mess with, you know, painting and doing all the detail work. I can just find a way to mount the body on. It shouldn't be too hard.
I was going to look into that short wheelbase kit, and then they threw the long wheelbase kit out there now, and I decided I got enough with the 2 I got.
Yeah.
What I like about the TF2s is the scale look, and I don't remember any full quad cab 86 Toyota pickups back in the day here.
Yeah. The TF2s, and those ones you actually see people running them and doing things with them that are more the trail courses, where it's like the Galant, you'll see them going through the desert. I mean, they make some awesome videos. All the camel runs that they do, like it's like the water and the sand and all of that. But you try and do any like rocks or you know, anything that's technical, and those things end up on their lid pretty quick, and you're crying about your paint job.
Yeah. Joe Conti's buddy can handle his pretty good. He's got a few clips where that thing should have rolled over.
But his is on an SCX-10, right?
I don't know what's under it. I just know it's a top-heavy body.
And I don't think it's a stock. He put it on something else. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's like RC heaven down there in Malta.
Oh my gosh.
So
that in Newfoundland or whatever, where
RC Nixter.
RC Nixter, man, those places are beautiful.
That video he put up tonight was great. I would love to be in a vocation like that. But
I would for the summer.
Yeah. For the summer.
The 2 weeks that they have of it, I think. But
it's all flat here.
I believe that's
that a hot
John, John, is John there?
Yeah.
I just subbed your channel, mate. I'm just looking at that Cordini run.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to comment for you there.
Okay, thanks.
I want that body shell.
All right, guys. quarter after midnight here, and I got a long day tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off too.
I'm tapping
gotta
off.
go.
Nice
Good
chatting with everybody.
to see you, Josh.
So we'll go
See you,
ahead,
Jack.
sign
No
off.
worries,
I'm gonna at least stop the broadcast, and anybody that wants to stay and talk can talk. But we're gonna go ahead and end it. Really cool stuff,
No worries.
guys.
Yep.
I wish I
Yeah, it's fun.
was building some of the cool stuff you guys are working on. Like I said, most of my stuff I run stock. I do the most minimal upgrades to them, but I just try and keep them running. That's that's about what I do as far as wrenching.
See you later.
By the
So,
time I get to Maine next summer, I had to be able to hear that thing. And
I couldn't fire it up for you.
I'll hear it from Old Orchard Beach. And he's still 6 hours north.
Hopefully. Only 2 hours.
Only 2?
Yeah.
Actually, it's a harbor basher. I saw
Yeah,
Aaron
Harbor
on your, I saw Aaron on your channel. I saw his comment. Yeah, I did see him on your channel. He commented on one of your videos and he said, "Why haven't I already subscribed to you?" I saw that comment.
Yeah, actually, I got like
All right. I'm dropping off, guys.
Yep.
See ya.
Hemistorm contacts me.
Later, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the broadcast, guys, and we can keep chatting non-live.
Sounds good, man.
All right, here we go.